Happening now, new faces in Jamestown City Council. Newcomer Andrew Liuzzo is stressing the importance of work sessions and public attendance. County health officials are raising awareness for cervical cancer screenings.
And I'm Dakota Hunter in the First Defense Weather Center. Well, we've got a general widespread snow today before that big warm up comes our way for the middle of the week. We'll break down those temperatures next.
Did a Buffalo Bill use a racial slur during the playoff loss in Jacksonville on Sunday? We'll investigate. And the national title game in college football hits tonight. That and more next in sports.
That's news now for Monday, January 8th, 2018.
Live and on demand from the Chautauqua Audio Works studios in downtown Jamestown. This is your source for breaking news. WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us. Happy Monday. I'm Justin Gould. Our top story, political newcomer Andrew Liuzzo said it's very important for citizens to attend Jamestown City Council meetings work sessions. He says that's where most of the action occurs.
The work session is open to the public. That's where the public needs to attend. I don't think we're making that clear. Post it on the website. A lot of people don't know how to get to a website. They need to depend on the Post-Journal, WJTN, your outlet to be informed that they are welcome to come and express their opinions at the work session. After the work sessions, the council is open to the public. That's where the public needs to attend. I don't think we're making that clear. Post it on the website. A lot of people don't know how to get to a website. They need to depend on the Post-Journal, WJTN, your outlet to be informed that they are welcome to come and express their opinions at the work session. After the work sessions, the council meets, and it's usually closed, and then they hear everything that the department head brought before them, and they vote on whatever they're voting on. Once you go into the theater, those decisions have already been made. What the public needs to understand is come in, crowd the rooms, voice your opinions at the work sessions.
The work session takes place on the first Monday evening of the month at City Hall. Tonight is Liuzzo's first full City Council meeting as a new member. Sheriff's deputies say they caught a drunk Fredonia man sleeping in his vehicle, which was parked and running in the middle of the Fredonia McDonald's drive-thru over the weekend. 30-year-old William Trachinsky was charged with driving while intoxicated and driving while intoxicated per se. He will answer those charges in the village of Fredonia at a later date. A slushy mix of snow and ice covered the roads of Chautauqua County earlier this morning, and Chautauqua County Emergency Services Director John Griffith traveled from Falconer to Mayville on his way to work today. John says that Chautauqua County's rural roads can be tricky, especially when it's windy out.
Leave plenty of space between you and the car in front of you, so if the road conditions do change, you're not right on top of someone. And the other thing, and it's really important, I think, in especially the center part of the county, is to really look carefully at the intersections when you cross, because the snowbanks are so high. You have to really be careful as you pull out of intersections so you can make sure you see what's coming at you.
Now, yesterday, firefighters responded to a disabled snowmobile along Chautauqua Lake. Griffin doesn't recommend riding on the lake just yet, especially with warmer temperatures forecasted for this week. Speaking of those warmer temperatures, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter is here with some answers. Hey, Dakota.
Yes, I've got all the answers to those questions and to more that Justin has just talk to you about. So happy Monday, if there is such a thing as a happy Monday, which doesn't even exist in such the dictionary or in the world. Let's break down your First Defense forecast for this Monday. Widespread snow showers. The lake effect snow is pretty much done and over with. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes during the full weather segment, but we'll probably see 1 to 3 inches of snow likely, probably only 1 to 2. I don't think most areas will see 3. The snow is melting because of the warmer temperatures, so probably not 3, count on probably 1 to 2, but it will still be blustery. 32 degrees around the valleys to 36 at the Lake Erie shoreline. We have a southwest breeze, 12 to 21 miles an hour, so that will create limited blowing snow, and that definitely will lower the feels-like temperatures just a tiny bit, but not as bad as they were, say, over the weekend. We'll quickly run through the weather headlines very quickly. General widespread snow through today, lasting through tomorrow. Probably a 2-day snow accumulation between 2 and 4. Probably 1 to 3 is a more general range because of the warmer temperature is going to melt a lot of the snow as it comes down. Unseasonable warmth comes our way through the end of the week, and because of the warmth and the rain, we have to watch for potential ice jams on rivers and creeks. We'll break down all of this along with that Quick Solutions 7-day forecast in just a couple of minutes. Back to you, Justin.
All right, Dakota, thank you. Chautauqua County Elections Chairman Norm Green is headed home from Jacksonville, Florida, after spending the weekend watching the Bills lose in their first playoff appearance this century. Green says that Buffalo was well represented this past weekend in the Sunshine State.
We were on the Bills side, on the visitor side, and I would say that on the visitor side, 60% of the stands were filled with Bills fans. It was quite surprising to me how Jacksonville was not supported the way that Buffalo supports its fans. The fact that they estimated that 35% of the stadium was filled with Buffalo Bills fans. There wouldn't be that many tickets left in Buffalo for anyone to come in for a playoff game, particularly.
The Jaguars advance to face the Pittsburgh Steelers on Sunday at 1 o'clock. Coming up next, county health officials are raising awareness for cervical cancer screenings. And later on, 2 dogs that were rescued from a fire continue their recovery at a local vet hospital when we return.
WNY News Now is sponsored by Chautauqua Audio Works, 3335 South Roberts Road in Fredonia. More than a music store. Call 679-4333. Call now, 679-4333.
The Main Landing Restaurant. Excellent service, awesome food, and a beautiful view.
Everything's made fresh here. We love to be outside, and it's nice inside if it's raining, so we have a choice.
Locals and non-locals agree that the Main Landing is quickly becoming a destination.
It's just so casual, and just the food is amazing.
I love the hamburgers.
But I really like the tuna I had.
The Main Landing Restaurant. Excellent service, awesome food, and a beautiful view.
Catch your First Defense forecast daily on WNY News Now. You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Welcome back. January is Cervical Health Awareness Month, and Chautauqua County Health Department officials are on a campaign to raise awareness for special screenings to help detect the illness before it's too late. Breanne Agate works for the county's health department. She says all women 18 years and older should be screened, but they could start before that.
That should start when a woman becomes sexually active. So from the point of sexual activity through the rest of her life. So even if you're not sexually active, start at 18 just to get in the habit. And our services are actually able to pay for women ages 40 to 65 who don't have insurance or who are unable to pay for their copays.
Now, Agate says women should be screened every 3 years depending on their risk of cervical cancers. Doctors determine your risk for the disease based off of abnormal cell growth that would be detected during the first exam. The executive director for the Chautauqua County Visitors Bureau says that area ski resorts and outdoor clubs are getting a hand up from Mother Nature this season. Andrew Nixon says a resort like Peak and Peak can make their own snow, but so far this year, they haven't needed to.
People can ski, snowboard, cross-country ski, snowshoe, and then there's all the indoor amenities there, as well as a snow tube park. And so they're doing real well. You know, one of the important things for all ski areas and winter resorts is that week between Christmas and New Year's, and that's where they make a large portion of their winter revenue. And this year it was on. You know, so they're going to have a good start to the winter, and it looks like it's going to keep up. So that's one important aspect. The other is snowmobiling. You know, the clubs in the area, there's 5 clubs, they do everything they can to create a great winter experience, but you have to have snow, and you have to have a pretty good amount because there's got to be a solid base, and then you have to continue to have snow that gets groomed on top of that.
For more information, log on to the county's tourism website at tourchautauqua.com. A Celeron man is accused of threatening people with a sword, all while standing outside of his house on Sunday afternoon. Ellicott police say 37-year-old Philip Gardner faces endangering the welfare of a child charges, along with 2 counts of second-degree menacing. Gardner was remanded to county jail with bail as of Sunday. He will next appear in the town of Ellicott court at a later date.
Well, let's start off the weather segment with the Chautauqua Lake Sky Vision camera, and yes, folks, the camera is working. Take a look at that. You don't even see much, but we had some of the snow and some of the stuff that fell on the lake right now, and take a look at those temperatures. It is currently 33 degrees at Chautauqua Lake right now, and with a wind chill of 26. That feels great from where we were just a few days ago, where we had wind chills down into the single digits. Let's go on to Doppler vision, and we will take a look at what's going on across the region right now as the live sweep comes around. Now, we have a general widespread snow coming our way today, and this is not related to the lake. All this snow is pretty much a widespread snow associated with a low pressure system that's moving across the region. And as we put this into motion over the next 5 hours, you can see we've had a lot of snow coming through here. A lot of it is not especially heavy. We've had some pockets of moderate to almost heavy snow, but a lot of it's not really all that heavy. You can see we had a little bit of a wintry mix down here, down in our direction earlier on, but it looks like as the temperatures are kind of a little colder now, a lot of that is now starting to change over to just plain old snow. Now, let's break down the weather headlines that we are watching for this week. So pretty much a general widespread snow comes our way today, and it lasts us through tomorrow. We're probably going to see probably 2 to 4 inches of snow accumulation out of this, but as I mentioned, a lot of this snow is going to start melting because of the warmer temperatures, so probably count on 1 to 3, not 2 to 4, but that's a general range. Some spots might get upwards of 4. Probably the highest chance of that's going to be probably along the hilly terrain. And then we get unseasonable warmth for this time of the year coming our way for the end of the week, pretty much through midweek going to the end of the week. And because of that warmth and the rain that comes our way, we're going to have to keep an eye on potential ice jams. And so we're going to have to keep an eye on that because that could cause flooding and potential ice jams also for power generation. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. And of course, we'll be watching that and keeping you updated on that. Current temperature at the airport, it is 31 degrees, but we do have a wind chill index of 19 combined with that southwest wind of 20 miles an hour. But hey, at least we don't have a negative number as a wind chill number. That's always good. And we have 3-mile visibility at the airport. Now, this is at the airport north of the city, so 3-mile visibility reported there. Probably a lot of that is due to the blowing snow. The current temperatures on the region right now, a lot warmer than they were on Friday, or especially yesterday. 34 in Dunkirk, 34 in Erie, also in Buffalo, 36 in the Falls. We have 35 over in Rochester and Monroe County, and 28 in Olean down in the Allegheny River Valley. Now, compared to this hour yesterday, they are much warmer. This is the 24-hour temperature change. All these circles here in this red rim indicate temperatures that are warmer. Take a look at this. We are 30 degrees warmer than we were at this hour yesterday in Jamestown. 24 degrees warmer in Dunkirk, also in Erie, 25 warmer in Buffalo, and 27 degrees warmer in Olean. So yeah, it is a lot warmer, and this warmth looks like it's going to stay for a little bit. So there's always some good news, maybe not good news if you want the snow for skiing or snowmobiling. But hey, if you're sick and tired of the cold, we've got some help on the way. The Metrocast for today, 33 degrees at about 1 o'clock. Snow showers will continue with that low pressure system. Fast forwarding to 5 o'clock, we'll dip down to around 31 degrees. Probably another inch or so of overall snow accumulation is likely out of that. And then as we go into 9 o'clock tonight, probably around 30 degrees, and it won't be as cold. This is a big, stark improvement from where we were when temperatures were in the single digits to negative numbers. So yeah, we won't have that for tonight, or maybe even over the next couple of days for that matter. The next 7 days of your life coming up on the screen, brought to you by Quick Solutions. And we dip a little bit for tomorrow. Got my high at 30. We're bringing some more snow showers as well. Take a look at that on Wednesday, 43. Much more respectable, and we bring in a chance of a few rain showers. And as we expand out the rest of that 7-day forecast, how about 52 for Thursday? That's going to feel nice, but we do have to keep an eye on for possible ice jams as well. And then it looks like we start to drop off a little bit for Sunday when we go back into the teens for highs. Ryan will have sports right after the break, so stay with us.
First Defense Weather is sponsored by Quick Solutions of Jamestown. Count on Quick Solutions for printing, copying, mass mailings, and so much more. Part of your team. Learn more at QuickSolutionsUSA.com. That's QuickSolutionsUSA.com. Like great food, great news needs experts. Become a community reporter. When you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about, drop us a line on Facebook today. Speaking of great food, Jeremy's Bellevue offers pasta, classic burgers, seafood, and of course, wings. Visit Jeremy's Bellevue on Facebook.
The team that puts coverage first. We have some breaking news. Police confirming now that Steve Stevens was found dead in Erie, Pennsylvania.
His house is on fire and it's dangerously close to the Appleyard Terrace.
Fire crews battling another blaze.
It needs to be treated as the terrorist act that it is.
He got the ball, he just went to the hoop and he shot it.
And as for the star of the show, Tucker Pierce.
I think I feel good. Proceeds from the Battle of the Classes going to the Alex Folk Foundation.
50 years of service and dedication to anything is very impressive. Put your lives on the line for your neighbors.
It's just something that I think people should do. You have to give back to the community.
WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now. WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at PhoneZoneShop.com.
From the Phone Zone Sports Desk, I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's a look at what's trending in Western New York this afternoon. People still talking about the Buffalo Bills. You heard Norm Green, who's sitting on a tarmac right now, waiting to come home. Now allegations surfacing out of Jacksonville, Florida, that a Buffalo Bill used racial slurs during the Jaguars' 10-3 playoff victory Sunday. Yannick Ngakoue said that Richie Incognito used the slurs. And here's a tweet. You see the tweet right there. It says, great win today and 64. Richie Incognito wears 64. You're going to have to come harder than some weak racist slurs. I'm proud of my African heritage, as are 70% of the other black players in this league. Hashtag I ain't Jonathan Martin. The Buffalo Bills have not commented thus far. It is Georgia and Alabama Monday night for the 2018 College Football Championship. It will be played in the beautiful Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Take a look at the stadium outside and inside. What a gorgeous venue for such a big game. Georgia and Alabama later tonight. We'll have highlights on Tuesday. St. Bonaventure men's and women's basketball teams off until Wednesday. The women take on Dayton in Ohio, while the men back at home against Fordham. The men had won 8 in a row until they met Dayton last Wednesday and St. Joe's this past weekend. We'll take a look at those games and preview those contests on Tuesday afternoon.
What a game played in Pittsburgh, Boston. This game would go to overtime, tied at 5. Look at Malkin and Kessel working the two-man game, scoring, and the Penguins win 6-5. What a response from Penguins fans last night. To the NBA we go, fourth quarter, game tied at 94 between the Knicks and the Mavericks. And look at Jarrett Jack hit the tough floater in the lane, making it 96-94. The Knicks would go on to win the game 100-96. Boys basketball action tonight in the area. Olean takes on Maple Grove, Southwestern at Dunkirk, Pine Valley at Cat Little Valley, and Faulkner is at Chautauqua Lake. And of course, our guy Devin Pope will grace that court, hoping for another 40-point game, or at least Chautauqua Lake fans hoping for another 40. From Devin, from the Phones On Sports Desk, I'm Ryan Hedrick. It all unfolds here.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Catch your First Defense forecast daily on WNY News Now. Like great food, great news needs experts. Become a community reporter when you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about. Drop us a line on Facebook today. Speaking of great food, Jeremy's Bellevue offers pasta, classic burgers, seafood, and of course, wings. Visit Jeremy's Bellevue on Facebook. You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
The 2 dogs that were recovered from a Mount Vernon Place house fire back in November continue on their road to recovery at the Jamestown Veterinarian Hospital. The dogs, Mia and Milky Way, were recovered as Jamestown firefighters responded to a report of a structure fire there. The hospital associate veterinarian, Dr. Gregory Hoyt, said that from the time the animals came into their facility and to today, they've made a huge improvement.
Maya was severely matted and also lack of nutrition, so she is being well taken care of. She was clipped, large mats and urine-stained hair was removed from her, and she's doing much better. A lot of times we don't see animals in this condition unless there's some sort of circumstance, such as a fire, that occurs in which these animals are discovered and brought in, because a lot of times these animals are left in the home and not brought in for routine care, routine vaccines.
Most of the staff at the hospital have become close with the dogs, but vet tech Cassandra Hale has developed a strong bond with the duo.
He was so shy when he came in. He said, "Lay down." And I just don't like to see animals like that, shy and not trusting, so it's not fair to them to think that people are cruel, so I like to put the time into them and let them know that they can trust. He's still working on it, though. He still kind of has some favorites.
Now, for the foreseeable future, Dakota, the dogs will remain at the hospital until they're ready for adoption. Dr. Hoyt said once the case is settled, then they will be adoptable. I'm sure it'll be pretty exciting moment then to finally get them on the road. But they were in some pretty rough conditions when they were discovered back in November, and just being on the scene of that, I was there when covering that house fire story, and seeing the firefighter pull the dogs out of the house, and seeing the reaction from the Jamestown police officers on the scene, like, I cannot believe you have the dogs in this condition. So the owners, face charges after that. And, it's good to see that the hospital staff is really taking good care of them, and they're working, and they're, Mia is still very quiet. She was the big fluffy, not even fluffy, like the Maddie looking dog originally. Now she's been shaved and she's looking a lot better. But Milky Way is really, really pipper, surprisingly, coming out of that situation. I remember Andy, our photographer, in the control room now, she was barking at us. She was just yipping. She's like, "Who are you? Get away from me!" So it was so cute, though, to see like Ashley being a dog. And I think playing with our news hound. Yes, we have a news hound, Ben, who was on that story as well. So it's cool, good to see, and we'll keep monitoring that just to make sure once they do get adopted and see them get to a good home, it'll be incredible.
I just have one thing to say, and it might get me in trouble for saying it, but it's my.
It hasn't stopped you before.
Yeah. Here's my thing: if you mistreat an animal, there's a special place somewhere for you.
I agree.
That's all I'm saying on that.
I agree.
Should we go to weather before I get myself?
We probably should go take a look at our weather forecast.
Quick Solutions extended forecast. Final time. There it is.
It's on both screens
Monday.
now.
Yeah, there it is. So pretty much for today, 34 degrees with some snow showers. Now remember, that is not related to the lake. And as a matter of fact, I forgot to mention it during the full weather segment. Lake Erie ice coverage, 90%.
Oh,
it has
yes.
iced up even more during the weekend, and that is a huge improvement from just a couple weeks ago, where it was only at about 18% ice coverage. We iced that lake up, and now it's 90%, effectively shutting off the lake effect machine for this winter. However, there is still a chance that any patches of open water could still generate a few lake effect snow flurries, but nothing of a big deal. Significant lake effect event, done for the winter. Since the lake is now frozen. Take a look at that, 52 on Thursday. That is going to be a heat wave. But we have to keep in mind, though, because of the newly ice that is out there, that could cause some melting of the ice, probably causing ice jams. We'll have to keep an eye on that before the temperatures drop back for Sunday. Now, I often tell you I'm not a fan of long-range computer model guidance, hence the reason why I only do a 7-day, because forecasts are only good out to 7 days. But for the long-range computer model, all the computer models that we use here are showing in the next 2 weeks a big January thaw comes our way. This is really nothing compared to what models are showing 2 weeks from now.
Like how warm?
I'm not going to say. I will not say anything more on it until I am more accurate to say anything more on it, and we probably won't say more until probably about a week out of that event.
But so looking forward to maybe a little warmer.
Yes, but we don't think this will last throughout the rest of the winter, so there's the good news.
All right.
If you like the cooler temperatures and the snow.
All right,
we'll
Dakota,
keep monitoring it.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
That's going to do it for us today. Be sure to tune in right here tomorrow. In the meantime, head to the #1 website in the 716. It's WNYNewsNow.com, where coverage comes first. Have a great day.
See you tomorrow.